God, obviously. Have you ever speak to
Yeah.
God?
Yes, of course.
You speak to God. Which
Yeah.
language?
My mother's tongue.
Your mother's tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the commandments he told you? How do we are we going to worship him? What's the purpose? Why are we here?
I don't have to worship God. Even me existing alone is a means of is a means of worship
No, no.
to my
Okay,
creator.
what are the informations he told you?
The information he's told me is for me personally. I can't tell you God told me to tell you because God has to
No,
speak
no,
to you directly.
forget about me. What are the informations he gave you?
You
Why
can't
are we
expect
here?
me to share the information God told me about myself to you. You
What I
understand?
want
So it is
understand, what was
you can't
communication
speak. That is
with him then?
you said what?
What was the communication?
You can't ask me what the communication is
What
because
was the point of the communication?
you can't ask me with you can't ask me that
Huh?
because it is personal between me and my God. You can't ask me what it communicated with me because it's none of your business, bro.
Eh, in my Nigerian voice, you they whine me.
Yes, now I dey whine you now because
I
now you
see.
dey whine me
So
because
you spoke
you
to
want wait
and
hold on
you spoke to God.
hold on bro. Your dad can't tell you something now. Your earthly father can't tell you something, and I come to you to come and ask you what your dad told you. You will insult me and tell me what's my business with that. You understand?
No, why then? Okay, how comes God spoke to you and He did not speak to me or
Yes, because you are not
someone else?
listening and you are not putting yourself in a state of mind to perceive what he's telling you. You expect somebody to come and speak to you on God's behalf. So that is just the difference between you and I.
Okay, so so give me the tips. Give me the ways that I can make God to speak to me then, because for me, you they confuse me.
Yeah,
You are
one,
the
you have to wait. One, you have to pay attention to things. Two, you have to pay attention to yourself. Three, you have to put yourself in the state of mind to listen. Four, you have to detach yourself from material things because that will take your attention. It will take a lot of your attention for you to perceive whatever is going on with you or whatever is trying message is trying to pass to you. Do you understand me?
for me. I don't know me. I don't know about someone else, but I'm someone who pay attention very well. I am someone who look at things and see things
If you pay
differently.
attention,
Can I
paying attention is not the thing.
can
You
I
understand? Paying attention to the necessary things is the thing.
can I
You don't have
finish?
to
Can I?
you just have to just pay attention. You can pay attention to the wrong things.
What are necessary and what are not necessary?
You said what?
What are the necessary things that I should pay attention to then?
Yes, you have to pay attention to yourself firstly. Firstly, be
Yes,
self-aware.
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I have to sit secluded to aware because I'm aware of
Yeah.
myself. Since when I was a child, I can remember during my childhood. I can remember what I used to do up to where it seems to do. I know
Hold
things
on.
that I can do.
You see,
So
you
what?
see, you see, you are not listening. If you would listen, let me tell you something. The difference is with what I'm telling you is you sitting with yourself. Okay, let's say you have a problem now, and then you sit with yourself and ask yourself, why is this thing happening, or what is this thing trying to teach me, or what corrections am I supposed to make? Hold on.
Exactly.
Or
I've been doing that.
hold on. Let me speak. You ask yourself these questions and you honestly answer these questions if you truly want solution. But most times, most people do is that when they have problem, they go and kneel down and start speaking in tongues and praying or reciting some kind of ayah or something or whatever. So instead of you
Okay.
facing or being accountable or giving yourself a honest response to the problem or the cause of your problem, you go in prayer and start speaking in tongues instead of facing your own problem by yourself. Do you understand? God, in that
Okay.
way, will look at you like somebody who is not self-aware because you are not paying attention to your problems or how you can actually solve those problems. You are simply praying for somebody to come and help you because you don't want to be accountable for your problems. Do you understand?
Okay. Now hold on. What I feel, what I don't understand is, are you saying prayers don't work?
I'm saying prayers is just a coping mechanism. Instead of you trying to help yourself, you are praying to a creator to come and help you. Do you
No,
understand?
what I'm asking you, are you basically saying prayers don't work? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying prayers don't work. I'm saying you are
So
praying
then
for the
what?
wrong things.
But you accept that prayers do work. So if something works, why
Depends
can't we do it?
depends on what you call prayer actually.
Maybe, for example, you got sick and you did everything and you cannot get cure and you turn to God. God, you are the only one who can help me,
If I
cure me,
if
please,
I
and you
if
get
I
cured.
if I got sick, then I will go for a medical checkup, and they will give me a
No, no,
prescription
hold on.
to.
One
Hold on, hold
you
on,
are not
hold on,
listening
hold
to
on,
me. I said,
hold on. Okay, go on.
no, you always holding me up. I'm supposed to engage you. Relax. I'm engaging you. Relax. Just relax.
Yes, I'm very
You
relaxed,
listen to
but
me.
you are
What I said
diverting.
is,
That's why.
yeah. I'm supposed to engage you. Just you will understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, there are people who go to do medical treatment. They do everything they could for them to get cure or for them to get a job, and they did everything in their power and they could not. So they turned to God. God, please, I did everything I could. So please help me. And the
Okay.
help comes.
Now,
Yes.
now let's say, what about people that didn't even pray at all and they still got a solution to their problem? Does that prayer
No,
matter then?
no. Hold on. What? Just you are not answering my question. I said there are people who do pray. They did everything possible, and at the end of the day, they turn to God, and their prayers get answered. So, what do you say to that? So, who is
Yes,
behind that?
I'm saying there are also people who never prayed and they are and what they wanted actually happened. Do you understand? They got solutions to what they wanted to get because it's not about
If
prayer.
you
It's
never pray,
about
how
you
can your
doing
prayer be
things.
answered?
Wait,
What
it's
are you
not.
talking
Wait,
about?
hold on. It's not about praying. It's about you
No,
doing
is your
things to
prayers
get
been answered?
solutions for your prayer.
If you're
Hold
after
on,
you,
hold on, hold on. It's about you doing things. It's not about faith. It's about faith with works. When you pray, you have to make sure
I've
you
been
are doing
holding on.
things that
Yes.
is. Wait, hold on. If you pray, you don't just pray and expect God to do something. You pray and do something to make sure that thing is going to accomplish or manifest. Do you understand? That's the difference. You just pray and sit
Have
down.
you ever seen? Have you ever seen someone? Have you ever seen someone? Because for me, I've never seen someone. Have you ever seen someone and said, "God, find me a job," and he never get up and go find a job, sitting inside
Yes,
his house, not find a job? Have you ever
yes,
seen
there's a
someone
lot of
did that?
them. Some people are on a prayer mountain now fasting for 40 days because they want a job instead of going to a
Yes,
actual
they want a
content to
job, but
ask.
do they look for a
Hold
job
on,
or they
hold
just
on.
sit right there? I'm holding up. Wait, I'm asking you, relax.
Yes, there
Just
are people. I'm
relax.
trying to I'm trying to align you
No,
to what I'm trying to say because you are
I just
diverting,
wanna
bro.
get hold on. I wanna get your point. Are you saying people who ask God for job, they never move a place? Is that what you're saying?
Some people, I'm saying the way people who actually ask God for job and work towards getting that job is different from people who ask God for job and expect God will actually solve that problem without them doing
No,
anything.
no, hold on. Have you ever seen someone who just sit inside his house or went to the church or went inside the mosque without making any effort looking for a job and said, God, please grant me a job whilst I'm sitting inside this church, and God grant
Yes,
him
of
job?
course, of course.
Yeah, you have
There's a
seen
lot
that.
of them. I've seen that a lot.
And they never make
People,
effort.
wait. For example, people who get sick and say they are not going to take drugs, that their healing comes from God, and they stay in their house without even going for diagnosis or any kind of prescription. So they expect God to heal them right from their house. Do you understand my point now?
Okay. Now we are talking about job part. Then we can come to the sick part. I'm asking you regarding job. Maybe the job sickness part. Maybe
It's
the
the same thing. It's
okay.
the same thing. Let me
Hold
explain
on.
my point. If
Now,
I need a
now
job
I
now,
understand what you're saying. The
uh-huh.
sickness part. What we fail to understand. What you fail to understand from what I experience, even from Christians. I will live with Christians. They use they seek medicine. We believe that without God, even that medicine work. There are some people you give them medicine and malaria medicine won't work on.
I'm sorry,
Healing comes from God.
I can't really hear
Can I
you because
let me
there's a lot
finish
of
here,
break.
please?
Yeah, I'm just telling you I can't really
Let me
hear you
finish. Let
because
me
you are
finish. Then
breaking
you
up.
understand now. Okay, sorry.